Good afternoon, you absolute beauties. My name is Cheeky Sport Dave, and today I'm joined by the one and only Louis from 100% Chelsea to go through Chelsea's best and worst. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Born ready. You know me.
Born ready, yeah?
You know me.
All right, okay, cool. Who is your best Chelsea player ever?
Gianfranco Zola.
Oh.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Didn't even need to think about that. He honestly, obviously I never saw him live because I was too young, but you just watch the videos back and you just hear the stories of everybody who sat there. It's like, yeah, without a doubt. Just the way, sort of almost, Glenn Hoddle kind of changed Chelsea where he brought in Ruud Gullit, Petrescu. We started actually playing football rather than hoofing it long. But then Gullit brought in Vialli and Zola, and it just changed completely. He was such a nice guy as well. And it's the way he moved with the ball, his technical ability, that back heel flick against Norwich. Like, it's just stuff like that, the way he is. And also, I might be a bit biased because I'm Italian, so. Of
course.
But, you know,
he's probably like your oldest legend.
Oh,
like
no.
Certified legend.
No, Peter Osgood.
Yeah, nobody knows
Aaron Harris.
Nobody really knows
1970s, pre-2003. Pre-2003. I mean, if you're talking legends post-2003, you'd go Lampard, you know, Cech, Drogba, Terry. But without a doubt, the best player ever is Gianfranco Zola.
Certified. He's the worst Chelsea player ever.
You know what? There's a very long list to this, considering we did get relegated with a really bad team as well. I'm gonna go from my lifetime. I'm gonna go worst Chelsea players I've seen. There's a list. You've got Adrian Mutu. You've got.
Actually, you know what? He was alright for a bit though. No. He
No,
was.
Mutu.
Before he started doing a bit of a.
Mutu.
You know what I'm saying?
Mutu, Kesman. You had as well. Bozingua. I hated Bozingua. Couldn't stand him. Isa Del Horno, Yossi Benayoun wasn't great for us. Tal Ben Haim, Steve Sidwell. You know, there's a long list of players. So worst ever though. I'm going to stick with Mutu.
Are you serious?
I'm sticking with Mutu. I can't. Mutu was.
Adrian Mutu.
Just because of what he did.
One of the first buys when you lot got the cash.
Just because of what he did. There's that. I bet if you're going to extend, who else you got? You got Glenn Johnson was the first buy. That says a lot.
With the money.
Glenn Johnson at right back. It's a toss-up between Mutu and it's going to have to be Mutu. It's going to have to be Mutu. Sticking with Mutu.
Sticking, not twisting. What's your best moment ever as a Chelsea fan?
Champions League. Yeah, I'm never going to forget that day. Not because of the actual event or what happened. I remember because I actually forgot the Champions League was on. I forgot the final was on. And then I remember my phone started buzzing. And my best mate, my mate Matt, was like, "Hello, you watching the final?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot it was on," because I've been working all day. And then my mum had already said, "Oh, we're going to go out, we're going to do this, going to do that." And I was like, the whole time, my mum is like, when it comes to, you know, at dinner table, you never have your phone out, there's no elbows. She's very, very, very strict when it comes to that kind of stuff. I said, "Mum, not gonna lie, right? My phone is staying on the table this whole game." I remember the first like half an hour, I was just looking at my phone the whole time. I remember the first thing I read was it was a BBC Sport. They were talking about Kalu's haircut, where he had the spider on the back of his head. So he had that, and then I remember sort of my brother was 2, so he's lucky. He's obviously I'm very lucky to see what I've seen, but the double that happened the year he was born. He was to win the Champions League when he was 2. So basically he didn't have to wait at all. But you know, I just remember sort of Thomas Muller's header going, and I started crying. Then Drogba scored the header, and then that was it. Like, and the penalty, I don't remember anything. I just remember running around the house and like screaming, and that was it.
Madness, absolute madness.
It was the best day ever.
What's your worst moment as a fan?
You know what? It's not actually a game. It's actually one of the fan cams I did. It was the Southampton rant. That was my worst moment. Because that really, not self-confidence, I was just completely gone. For about a year, I was just, it was nothing. I think it was the first time, obviously, growing up, I was never one of the favourite people at school. I was always a bit of a social outcast. And then, you know, I came to Chelsea, and that was kind of where I started, you know, making friends. I met you guys as well. Like, it's kind of, I felt valued, like people actually listened to me and that kind of stuff. And, you know, people, you know, respected me for who I was. And then obviously I built my self-confidence up through that. I was getting better and better. I was getting in better shape as well. Genuinely just my life was on the up. Then sort of a bad week at school, that was my vent. And it just, I said to myself when I came out, I was going to try and stay as calm as possible. And then I just lost it. I just completely lost it. And then from there, sort of, my school started trying to get involved. They basically made me feel like shit. So sort of all my outputs of going to the gym, playing football, coaching the football team, my acting stuff as well that I used to do, they didn't let me do any of it. So it was just loads of pent up anger and just felt really down. I just felt useless. And then they tried to stop me doing YouTube and stuff as well. And then that sort of made me and my dad stop talking for a bit. And it was just, it's not a bad moment. It's just a bad event. And it just completely reshaped how I thought about stuff. And it just, genuinely, it was life changing. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot more positives that come out of it than negatives, but in general, just the negatives that came out of it they were horrible.
Huge.
It was huge.
Huge stuff. Moving on to a more happier note. What's it?
Sorry, wipe that away. Got emotional.
What's the best atmosphere in the Premier League? Obviously, it's not Stamford Bridge.
It's not Man United either. Or the Emirates troops. That's it. I heard that. Yeah. He's swearing at me. That's not very nice. Honestly, so my first ever away game in the Premier League I went to was the Everton 6-3. And that was mad. I remember they started singing, the floor started shaking because it's an old stadium. So that's always going to be up there for me, Everton. Leicester. I love Leicester. I love the Leicester away day. They're always good. Yeah, Everton and Leicester. I'm going to say they're on a par.
Solid stuff. And what's the worst atmosphere in the Premier League?
Emirates, and us. Definitely, we are rubbish. We're rubbish. Excuse me, I was quiet during year on. Can you let me speak, troops? Thanks, mate. Cheers. Thanks. I'd say that. Man United's awful as well.
No, it's nowhere near on par.
I'm sorry. The three of us are just rubbish.
No.
We're rubbish. We are.
Well, out of that top three, we'll be at the top of that.
Yeah,
it's the best.
In terms of the
best of the worst.
Best of the worst. The worst. Yeah. Best.
What's the best thing about Conte? You can't say his wig either.
His wig. No, I shaved my head. Just gave all my hair to him. So that's all. I think this season it hasn't been so clear because he's had problems with the board. He's not got what he needed. Last year, it's just a passion on the touch. When you score, like against Stoke, when he was literally hanging off the dugout, or the first game against West Ham, just jumps into the fans. I just love his passion. I love how stubborn he is as well, and how brutally honest. I always respect that from somebody, because in sort of just in general in football and in general politics now as well, and football politics, there's always mind games going on with the media and stuff. People don't be honest and be clean. And Conte just comes out and says, yeah, this went wrong. Yeah, that's it. It was rubbish. And for someone to do that, I respect him a lot. But yeah, it's just a general passion on the touchline. I just love it. It's amazing.
And then what's the worst thing about Conte?
His wig. I don't know. I don't know. There's not really a lot where I could go, it's this about Conte. I can't say there's the worst thing. I think is, you know what? No, there is continued use of Bakayoko. Yes, boys. No, it's the Bakayoko he's rubbish. Just the fact he keeps using him, but it's not his fault at the same time because he doesn't have any other options. But Bakayoko is rubbish. Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys, that's been the best and worst with Louis, 100% Chelsea. Make sure you check out that channel. Let us know what you guys think about Louis' best and worst and what your best and worst is as well.
Make sure you check out Cheeky Sport and AskFans as well. There's links down in the description. Hit that red button as well and that notification bell so you know when there's a video. Yeah, I know, right? I'm good at that. I know, I always have been.
Hey, you always have been.
I know, it's brilliant. Make sure in Cheeky Sport also, you see the energy. You get there, just go, yeah! Roll in. I'm having your job one day. So
yeah, one day.
One day.
Not today, though.
No.
Nice one. Quality. Love it.